Well, Indiana lawmakers recently wrapped up business at the 2021 session of the Indiana General Assembly. They passed a two-year $37 billion state budget, which includes an additional nearly $2 billion for schools, expanded broadband access in rural areas, major investment in regional economic development projects as well, and more. What does it mean for the state's economy, and will it be enough to move Indiana forward? For some perspective, pleased to welcome to the show Indiana Chamber of Commerce CEO Kevin Brinegar. Kevin, as always, welcome.
Thank you, Gary. It's good to visit with you and your viewers.
Yeah, bottom line, was this a good session for Indiana business?
This was a very, very good session for Indiana business overall. There was some important legislation. Our number one priority with lawsuit liability limitations passed early in the session. There were significant investments in regional economic development that will improve our quality of place and our attractiveness, which is important to offset the talent deficits that we have. There was a significant increase in broadband funding, $250 million to address underserved areas and other key initiatives as well.
Okay, let's break down a couple of those. One, education's getting a lot of attention, certainly. Big number, nearly $2 billion. Were you surprised at the size of the funding for education?
Well, I wasn't when I saw the revenue forecast update in mid-April that forecasted an additional $2.4 billion in state revenue. So that nearly $2 billion is an increase over the biennium. That doesn't even include the base. That's in addition to the federal money that's going directly to the schools, and that will boost teacher pay, which is something the Chamber has supported. We also saw $500 million of federal money going into the UI Trust Fund to bolster that up so that we keep that positive and the state doesn't have to borrow and then charge employers. And an important increase in the minimal exemption for the business personal property tax from $40,000 to $80,000, which will allow 35,000 additional small businesses will no longer have to pay that tax.
Yeah, Kevin, talk about the next iteration, if you will, of the Regional Cities Initiative.
Yes.
$500 million, a greatly expanded program to really focus on economic development, quality of life, talent in regions around the state.
Yes, indeed. The original program was kind of a winner-take-all. There were three regions that won $42 million each. This will allow any and every region to come together, put together multi-jurisdictional projects of importance for quality of place, quality of life, and be able to tap into that fund, which will be managed by the Indiana Economic Development Corporation, and they'll evaluate those based on how much local match you're generating and how much impact those projects will have on making your region of the state attractive to folks from out of state.
Yeah, Governor Holcomb earlier on the show talked about that and the potential for $2+ billion in additional private investment. Broadband, access to broadband in underserved areas, huge issue for Indiana. A lot of money going to address that.
Yes, indeed. There's an appropriation of $250 million additional to expand broadband into underserved areas. And I've been saying that while broadband is not quite as much of a necessity as electricity and water, it's trending in that direction in this 21st century economy, particularly with remote work. And that will be important to allow our businesses and our citizens to prosper.
Kevin, the Chamber didn't get everything on its agenda. In your view, what were some missed opportunities and the potential impact there?
Well, yeah, we certainly got as much or more than we expected, but the missed opportunities were on the cigarette tax. We have the fourth highest smoking rate in the country, one of the lowest cigarette taxes, but we did able to push through a first ever tax on e-cigarette products, which will help deter youth smoking. We didn't get the requirement or the expectation that the federal assistance for free student aid form, or FAFSA, be expected. Our FAFSA filing rate and our college going rate is below that of other states. That was a disappointment. And then, of course, the work share program, which would give employers an additional tool to use during economic downturns to keep employees connected to them. And we've passed on as much as $200 million in federal money to shore up our UI fund. Would have been even higher than the $500 million that was put in by the budget.
Covered a lot of territory, a big session of the Indiana General Assembly. Kevin Brinegar, Indiana Chamber of Commerce, as always, thanks, and we'll talk to you soon.
My pleasure, Gary.
All right.